बोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कवितां पुराणं विना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु देव्यासुषाय बुद्धे वल्लाय इन्द्राय तपवन्दन्य येन त्वया भारतदैव करुणा प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयं प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो गोता गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेव वसुतं देवं तं सचारूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्रामवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैर्नदी कैवर्तक केशवः ताराशर्यसरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाज्ञानककेसरं हरितथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम्। लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः प्रेमीयमानं मुदा भूयात् तारकपङ्कजं हरिमल रघुवंशिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः।
अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः। अर्जुन उवाच जायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां नियोजयसि केशव यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्। श्रीभगवानुवाच निष्ठा
लोकेऽस्मिन् द्विविधा निष्ठा
पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ
पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ
ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानां
ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानां
कर्मयोगेन योगिनां
कर्मयोगेन योगिनाम्.
This twofold lifestyle has been mentioned in Vedas also. Some of you know this famous mantra, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. Isha means Isha Buddhya, with the buddhi, the knowledge of Ishvara, perception of Ishvara. Vasyam Achhadaniyam should be covered, everything. Like when you see a few ornaments, the person who doesn't see the gold, to him or her we can say, Suvarna Vasyam Idam Sarvam. It means you need to see this as everything is gold. That is the truth of everything. It's a statement of truth. So having said so, Isha Vasyamidam Kinchit, Yat Kincha Jagatyam Jagat, whatever it is, wherever it is, whenever it is. Yat Kincha Jagatyam. The second line is, Tena Tyaktena Bhunjitaha Ma Gradak Kasya Siddhana. The second mantra, he says, Kurvanneveha Karmani Jishavishet Shatagum Samaha. May you desire, may you wish to, may you aspire to live for 100 years. But how should you live 100 years? Doing karmas, with a commitment to lifestyle of karma. Anyway, these twofold lifestyles are mentioned in Vedas. Again, this Varnashram Vyavastha is also for the same purpose. Sannyasa lifestyle or Brahmachari Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and then sannyasa. At the same time, Veda says, the one who has a dispassion, one who has a moksha, can give up everything and go to sannyasa straight. All this is meant for sannyasa. Sannyasa means knowledge. So though it is a lifestyle, but it's a lifestyle committed to pursuit of total commitment at the exclusion of everything else. Sannyasi is absorbed from all kinds of karmas. Why? No duty and no relationship, no interaction. Only one relation, Guru Shishya and with other disciples. No role playing and no Vedic duties. Two types of duties. As a husband or a wife or a son or a daughter you have to do. Another one is what? Vedas. Bhismachima, common Vishesh Dharma, Samanya. It is all to be done. Why exemption? As everybody in Gujarati say, nothing na badle, kai nahi na badle kai. If you don't want anything from the world, in a technical words, if you are free from kamanas, Shruti and the culture gives permission to be free from kartavyas also. The same Vedas which tell you have to do this, this is your duty, akarane pratyavaya, not do, then there will be dosha. Same Vedas says, these are all there as long as you want something from the world. Something for something. So some karmas are attached to you because you want something. Then as long as there is a desire to be somebody, becoming desires, there are duties. That's the uniqueness of our culture. When you don't want, they give you freedom. You are relieved from all kinds of duties also. And that is a lifestyle committed to pursuit of knowledge. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and Anushangik, satellite too, connected to this. Whatever one has to do, primarily Guru Seva. primarily ashram seva and learning other books like Sanskrit if required. If required to do some yoga for keeping myself fit, do that. If puja required, for some upasana required, do that. But that is all that he or she does it is a means for knowledge. And the other fellow, he or she thinks he does karma, that karma is a means to achieve something. There is some sense of achievement. And that thing has been, that the person's desire to achieve something is to be done with certain attitude in a yoga buddhi, then it will get this. Okay? So lifestyles are there too, and sannyasa also can be twofold. For the lifestyle adopted with a desire for knowledge. That is called vividisha sannyasa. Vividisha means veditum ichha. With a desire to know, desire to understand, shastra abhyasa. Other one, as we will see in the next verse itself, next to next, that one can gain knowledge even while having a lifestyle of Karmayoga. Why? Like you people come to study Vedanta, some people, that was our culture. They were studying Shastras, they were reading, exposing themselves to the wisdom, and suppose one gains knowledge, even while fulfilling the duties of living a life of Grahastha, a role player, then one has a choice to give up that also. So, giving up choice lies with primarily the one who doesn't have any desire. No desire to be something. For him to gain knowledge. Now this fellow has already got the knowledge. Obviously he or she has a choice to give up and commit to a lifestyle, not for learning, no role playing, and only teaching. And that too if he or she chooses to play some role. That is a sannyasa. So we have both these examples. People taking to life of sannyasa straight, three types of examples. Taking straight to sannyasa, not getting into grahastha, not getting into vanaprastha, straight sannyasa, virakta, like Shankaracharya. From childhood, some purva janma, or our Swamis, both, they just got dropped and went on. Then we have people who took to sannyasa after doing grahastha duties, and the jignasa arose, desire to know came, and then they took that lifestyle, went to a teacher and studied, like Narada. Was doing all his duty, working, and felt, I should get the knowledge, went. And third one, while living in Grahastha ashrama, they got the knowledge and opted to sannyasa life, yajnavalkya. He was already siddha prajna before becoming sannyas. Therefore, in that Maitri, Samvada, Gargi and Maitri, that is the example. So, sannyasa is a lifestyle of bhiksha vritti, living on bhiksha. Again, the word bhiksha has no parallel translation. Bhiksha is not begging. Bhiksha is not living on alms. The society, the culture, and ultimately Vedas gives them as a right to ask for food. The Grahastha giving food to brahmachari or sannyasi is not obliging them, they are getting obliged. That's a vision, because it's tapas and punyatma and committed to this lifestyle. Bhikshavritti, when you say Bhikshavritti, in the first chapter Arjuna said, Bhiksham abhishre, I can live Bhikshavritti. Bhikshavritti means either brahmachari or sannyasi. There was no question of him becoming brahmachari, having three already. So it was life of sannyas. Bhikshavritti means no possessions, no cooking, and total life of renunciation. Both renunciation in terms of sense of objects or family and relationships, and whatever thereafter he or she does, he or she declares, sannyasa vidhi, everything is given up by me. Whatever punya I accrue now, that punya, because some upasanas are to be done, some seva, some punya will come. That is, the end is only gnana, not loka. Declaring to Indra, etc., don't be afraid of me. Don't unnecessarily waste your time in sending Rambha and Urvashi to me. I am not interested for any loka, you have it yourself. That is a declaration. Abhayam, total ahimsa, non-competitive life is sannyasa. This lifestyle is given because it is conducive to gain the knowledge and own up the knowledge. Like even students who are doing post-graduation in medicine, they are expected to live in the hospital. They don't stay home and keep coming and going, because it's a 24/7 thing. So also this lifestyle is conducive because the time is not wasted in any kind of duty. The total commitment. It requires a very focused lifestyle. That is a sannyasa. Sannyasa looks very easy. People want sannyasa, one thing. And people think life of action is useless. Why should I pursue life of action? Or some people say, these modern people, there are 4 paths. Karma is also path. Action is an indirect means, not a direct means. To explain the relationship between action, life of action and life of renunciation. To tell this, that sannyasa lifestyle also is not that easy. It requires a mindset. For that, Bhagavan tells this next verse. See that. What is sannyasa? That is that. Na karmanam anarambhat naishkarmyam purushošnute naja sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati na karmanam anarambhat naishkarmyam purushošnute naja sanyasanadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. He says, naishkarmyam purushaha na ashnute. Naishkarmyam is actionlessness. Person, ashnute means gains. Person doesn't gain actionlessness. By what? Na karmanam anarambhat. Karmanam anarambhat. Arambha, to perform, to begin. Anarambha, not beginning, not performing. By not, karmana means of the actions. By not performing the actions, one cannot gain actionlessness. Okay? By not performing action, in other words, one cannot gain moksha. Listen, why he says, and look at the second line. Nacha sanyasanadeva, nor by sanyasanat eva, just by sannyasa, not only by sannyasa, siddhim samadhigacchati. Only by taking to sannyasa, one cannot attain siddhi, success. Success means moksha, the end. Two things, the double negation. by not beginning, by non-performing action, you cannot gain actionlessness. And by sannyasa, merely by taking to sannyasa, you don't get siddhi, liberation, moksha. Both mean same, end is same. By non-performing actions, you don't get moksha, and by sannyasa also you don't get. That means what? By performing action you get moksha. This is where people confuse. They think there is another path, Karmayoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, different paths. What Lord means here, please understand what is actionlessness, what is moksha. Our self is akarta, abhokta, that's a vision, non-doer, non-enjoyer. When you say non-doer, that means self is actionless, correct? And that actionlessness means abidance in the self is not gained without doing karma. What does it mean? That means karma, by doing that you get it? Yes, but not directly. Actionlessness is not absence of physical, mental or sensual activity. Actionlessness means absence of doership. People think if I don't act, then I become actionless. One has to discover self to be akarta, the non-doer self. Then that discovery can take place by karma. How? Karma is an indirect means. See, that I am actionless is knowledge. It is not to become, it is to know. Therefore, Naishkarmyam is achieved by knowledge. How does the karma help in gaining this knowledge? The answer is, every knowledge presupposes preparedness of the mind. And the karma, when performed with proper attitude, can prepare the mind. Very beautiful story is there in Mahabharata. Then, disciple asked the father and teacher, what is moksha? How to get moksha? He says, Tyaja, give up. Oh, I have to give up. So he gave up activity, sit and quiet. Still he didn't get self-contentment. The Shreyas did not get. He said, what is? Then again went to Guru, Father, how do I get moksha? Tyaja, give up. Then he thought, I have to go home. So he left home. Nothing happened. Again came back. How do I give up? Tyaja. Fellow was staying in some kutia. He gave up. Still nothing happened. At homeness, fullness didn't come. And then he again come. What do I do? Tyaja. Then he thought, nothing is left. Only some kopina. He gave up that, became Digambara. Again, Siddhi, Nishkarmyam, I am actionless was not known. Still came back. How do I get that? Tyaja. Then this fellow said, what is left now? Only food is left. That's what I have. I eat and collect. Give up the food. Nothing. And again Guruji said, what did he say? Satya tyaja dharma madharmam cha satya nrute ubhe tyaja. Second line. Satya nrute ubhe tattva yena tyajasi tat tyaja. By which you have given up everything. There is still karta, doer, that I have given up. that fellow has to be given. That person, that kartrutvam is to be given. And kartrutvam is not some vastu, object. Look, I give you my pen. I gave up tea. I gave up, people give up smoking. I give up here, this place. I give up my relationship. It is ignorance born. So you have to gain knowledge. But to gain knowledge, you require some preparedness of the mind. And that is gained only by karma. So in Bhagavan's opinion, look at Arjuna's question. Why are you pushing me to action? I want moksha. I want knowledge. I want to take sannyasa. Wait. Even after taking to life of sannyasa, you will not get moksha. Second line. Na karma, na sacha sannyasana deva siddhim samadhigacha. As I said other day, sannyasa looks very easy. Especially in India. You get food, and if you remain quiet, you become Gnani Mauni Baba. They give you all the things. So it is just by taking to a lifestyle, you don't get. Lifestyle doesn't imply moksha. Why? Moksha is knowledge. So having adopted lifestyle, you have to study. And to study, you have to have a guru, you have to have an attitude, you have to get knowledge. And you can get knowledge only when you are ready for it. Otherwise, adopting a lifestyle will not give you knowledge. Even if you have a teacher, even if you have a seva, shraddha with the guru, but mokshecha not being there, you end up doing something or other. So, sannyasa, though a lifestyle, it is meant for a prepared mind. Sannyasa is not a decision, it is a fallout of your growth, internal maturity. When you grow internally, grow out of your desires, grow out of sense of achievement, or grow out of that self which needs scaffolding. I feel okay if I am so and so. I feel satisfied if I have this much money. I feel satisfied if I have this much, so many things. With or without, I am okay. Relatively, that person can take to sannyasa. Thus, sannyasa, though a lifestyle, but it is a mindset. It is a mind which is ready to drop. It just gets dropped off, like certain things. When we grow old, certain things get dropped off. What we cared too much for those things when we were young, we just give up. It is not giving up, it gets dropped. So maturity in terms of vairagya, that gives that the person drops off all the desires. No sense of ambition and contentment. And then, because of that mind which has leisured inside, which has analyzed what I want and what I am getting, then that person seeks moksha naturally. Without the urge for moksha, real urge. And that real urge comes only when there is a backed by dispassion. Viveka leads to vairagya, and vairagya leads to moksha. If that is not there, and if one adopts to a lifestyle of sannyasa, one cannot gain moksha. Okay? Because they will see next verses, externally person has given up, but internally the person is carrying. Like when we go to camp, externally we don't bring anything from home. We come to ashram with only one suitcase or two bags. But what else you carry, that you know when you sit in meditation. Child will come, wife will come, husband will come, job will come, status will come. It is all there. There is a still value. So people write the title, I don't understand. Having become a sannyasi, he gave up the family, he gave up the possession. Then they write. What they write? Degree into the brackets. And there are some traditions when the sannyasis are known by degree. MBA Swami, Dr. Swami.
Dr. Swami.
What is this? You don't need this. When you are given up, why should you be known by that? They write, I have seen couple of people, they have become sannyasi, but into bracket they write, Bhutpurva Kathakar, so and so. I am that Kathakar. Why should you write that? People write Bhutpurva Shankaracharya. Why should you write this? Another day, Amit Shah asked for our opinion. So, Swamiji, what is your opinion about this? This Padma awards, Padma
Yes.
Shri, Padma Bhushan to sannyasis. I said, we are not we are not the receiver, we are givers of that award. It's okay for the government to recognize the seva. But if I have given up everything, why do I need Padma Shri? Why I need Padma Vibhushan? For a Vyavara you may write, I don't mind that. But internally that has to be given. If I need those titles, that means I am like the Duryodhana. Not in terms of dharma, dharma. In terms of his sense of insufficiency without becoming the king. I am insufficient unless people know me like this. The minister or the director, once they become, they expect you should call me as Mantri Shri, Director Saab, Sir, Director Sir. You call him by Mangal Bhai or Magan Bhai, whatever his name. And this fellow, Dhoti, our typical Dhoti, he became a minister, he became a director in some corporate. Government has so many posts, they are obliged, like these are freebies. He became, the fellow didn't know anything. Typical illiterate, somehow got into it and became. And then, obviously as a director you get a chauffeur, a car, and a telephone and everything. The neighbors in the area didn't have, so he tell, come on, you can come to my place for telephone, I will help you, because that's government expense. One guy came and he was looking, his name was Natha Bhai. People used to call him Natha Kaka. Natha Kaka, phone karo. What? What? No, Director Saab. Can I make? Oh, do. He says, how are you, Natha Kaka? What? Director Saab. You're okay? Then again he made a mistake. He tried, it went wrong number. So he says, Natha Kaka, do you have directory? What? Director Saab, I want directory. This fellow was so dumb. He says, Enu kaam chhe, to nawa gayi. Why you want directory? He has gone for bath. I am director, she is directory. That to become somebody, in my own glory I am okay. As I am, the self is full. That has to be discovered, and to discover that one should have relative self-satisfaction, relative self-esteem, relative contentment. And then you can take to life of sannyasa. Otherwise the dissatisfied self will be there also. The self seeking some value addition, some embellishment will also be there, always. seeking recognition, some money, some connection, whatever it is. Whatever makes him or her feel satisfied will be there. So, sense of ownership has to be given up, not simply vastu, not the objects, not the relationship. That is to be given up. Therefore, Bhagavan says, by merely taking to life of sannyasa, you don't become wise. On the contrary, he says, without necessary preparedness of the mind, if one takes to life of sannyasa, it is more dangerous. We will see in the next few verses. And karma are useful. Don't think, Arjuna, karma is in opposition to knowledge. He thought there are two separate, diverse pursuits. Life of action and life of renunciation. No, life of action is necessary. It is a two-step. Living a life of action with a proper attitude prepares the one to take to the life of sannyasa, and having had that lifestyle with necessary preparedness can take you to moksha. So don't think, both you are thinking, Arjuna thought, I want moksha, therefore I pursue knowledge. He wanted to give up. He said, unless you are ready, don't give up action. Even if you are ready, he will tell in future, it is better not to give up. Like Swami used to say, cooking the rice. Generally, 3 whistles, pressure cooker, rice is ready to eat. But to be safe, it is better to have 1 more whistle. Because water is hard, you don't know whether it is cooked or not. So it is better to do some seva extra, etc. so that mind is ready. Why can't you give up action? He says, look at this. The first line he says, by not doing action, you don't become actionless. Actionlessness is not a decision but knowledge. That he clarifies. 5th verse. Look at that. Nahi kaschit kshanamaphi jatu tishthatya karma krita karyate hyavashah karma sarvah prakriti jair gunaihi nahi kaschit kshanamaphi jatu tishthatya karma krita karyate hyavashah karma sarvah prakriti jair gunaihi nahi. Hikara in Sanskrit, he means indeed. Na means not or never, indeed, certainly. Kaschit means no one. Kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakrit. Akarmakrit. Karmakrit means, krit means one who does. Karmakrit means performs the action. Akarmakrit means without performing action. Tishtati means remain. Who kshanamapi na tishtati. Even for a moment, one cannot remain without performing action. No one. Kaschidapi. Jatu. No one ever remains even for a moment without performing action. Then what he says, what is the cause of action? Karyate hyavasha karma. Actions are performed. How? Avashaha. Avasha means helplessly, forcefully, compelled. One is compelled or forced or helplessly does the action because of prakriti jaihi gunaihi. me. Because of these three gunas born out of Prakriti, called as Sattva, Rajas, Tamas gunas. Look at this. See, this actionlessness, I told you, is a knowledge. And at the same time, Bhagavan says no one can remain without actionlessness, without performing action even for a moment. If I can't remain, how do I get actionlessness? This is the difference you should know. Of course, later on it will come, but I can give that answer right now with one example. Actionlessness is not absence of action, but absence of doership. Correct? Correct. What kind of? That means in spite of performing actions, one can be actionless. It's a very loaded statement. In spite of doing, one can be non-doer. Not can be, that is really you. In spite of action. And then I say actionlessness is not possible at all. What does it mean? These are told in two standpoint of view. Very simple. Like an actor on a stage does varieties of action. Weeping, shouting, love, different emotions expressing. But in spite of doing all these, he doesn't do anything. And who is an actor? Who knows I am actionless. All these actions pertain to my role. Since I am wearing these clothes, makeup, of a policeman or police inspector, his actions will be like a police inspector. If he or she is wearing the garb of the king, role of a king, he appears to be king, he will act like a king. We are the royal we, We shall come, we shall do, we will go, we have arrived, he will say on stage. But he knows I am not we. Suppose this fellow was playing the role of this. We went home, rang the bell, and said that nobody came. Servant opened the bed. He was expecting his wife to come. We have, a typical like a king. Nobody came out. Nobody replied. We are here. She was making roti with this villain. What? No, I have come. Did I forget? I have to bring vegetable. Sakla puli sabji laye. Actor is actionless in spite of action. He is, in a way, emotionless in spite of emotion. Maybe crying, maybe wailing. He is smiling inside. I am doing good job today. And he will wait for the claps. If it is a drama, certain dialogues he or she will speak, and then start another. In a real life, people don't do that, Then people, again, it goes on. Actionlessness means actor by nature is actionless. All the actions belong to role. That discovery. And the role player is always different from the role. The role player is always untouched by the role. This is, please understand, Sakshitva. Sakshi doesn't mean witnessing. I am in Sakshi Bhava. Whoever comes, rings the bell, no, I am in Sakshi Bhava. Swamiji, no reply. Sakshi Bhava. And then somebody says, Swamiji, Sakshi Bhava. This is not Sakshi Bhava. People say, I am practicing Sakshi Bhava. What is to be practiced? It is self-awareness, understand? It is not stoning the mind. I am Sakshi Bhava. No, you have to own up. This is what I am. That's it. It is not, no, I am Sakshi Bhava. Don't do anything. No, that not doing is not Sakshi Bhava. In spite of doing, I know that I am actionless. And then why? Bhagavan, this physio, psycho, complex, body, mind, etc. are made such they cannot remain without action. At least this example has a limitation. Actor can give up the role and sit quiet. But here you cannot, they will work. Either voluntary action or involuntary action. As long as the fellow is alive, something goes on. What we call death is what? Cessation of this activity. Stop. All activity stops. Even involuntary also. No breathing, no seeing, not even digestion. It is involuntary. Therefore they make out. When the person died, when did you have the lunch or dinner? And he said 10 o'clock. And suppose he has died in a sleep, they open the stomach and no, he must have died between 1 and 2 o'clock or 3 and 4, whatever, because it stops. Every action stops. So if you think no action is actionlessness, that is dead.
Dead.
The actionlessness is, in spite of action, I can be actionless. This body, mind complex cannot remain without activity. Voluntary or involuntary actions will be there. And mental level may be more. And that is why you discover in meditation. You don't want mind to be active, it is extra active. And to say, people talk of this thoughtless state. I don't know what they do. 1 hour meditation, they sit quiet. I said, what do you achieve? Oh, Swamiji, 1 hour I am thoughtless. At least 45 minutes I am thoughtless. You are not. Look at this. He sat in meditation. What does he think? No thought. Correct? That's how he starts. Some thought comes, no thought. No thought. That's thoughtless. That itself is a thought. You are in a state of thoughtlessness. I want to be thoughtless. One lady told me. I said, you are already thoughtless when you married this idiot. You need a love marriage with this guy who doesn't deserve anything. Mind will, as long as you are in waking or dream state, it will have a thought. Like, car standing on a slope is non-moving, but there is a brake. It has to move. The brakes are pulled, and therefore it looks, it is stationary, but there is a constant pressure inside to move, to move, to move, to move. So also thoughtlessness, you get it. There is one thought which obstructs all the thought. There is a pressure, do. Therefore people wake up out of the so-called samadhi. And suppose you achieve thoughtlessness for some time, nobody tells them, now think, it starts. The pressure. So even for a moment, you cannot remain without action. Somebody will do. Krishna himself had done so many actions. At least killing those demons, playing the flute, grazing the cows. Something has to do that. You cannot be whether physical level or mental level, some activity will be there even after wisdom. The whole world is active. Ants are also active. As long as you are alive, keep doing something. The ultimate thing to be removed is not, or to get rid of is not action, but the doer. Yena tyajasi tatade. The doer can go only by knowledge, discovery that I never acted. Like actor playing different roles. He cannot be without a role, and still he can be actionless. As long as he has a role, there is a script, there are dialogue, there are action, he has to play. It's also, as long as there is a body, you have to play the role. As long as there is a mind, as long as you are alive, you are connected to the world outside, you have to play the role. But while playing the role, sannyasa or siddhi is what? To discover that I am by nature actionless. And how do they act? He says, Prakriti jaihi gunaihi. It is a little technical. All the Prakriti gunas, Prakriti means Maya gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. These are the three gunas which make you act. Sattvic. When Sattva guna is predominant, action is for knowledge, for dispassion, for tyaga, for bhakti, etc. When the Rajas is predominant, ambition, or some gain, etc., ruler, yash, fame, etc. Tamas is also inertia. These are actions gone by Prakriti. Or you can say Prakriti also can be your unconscious, according to your vasanas, according to your samskaras. As for the samskaras, gunas manifest, and as for the manifestation of guna, action takes place. So, Prakriti jaihi, ja means born. Born out of Prakriti, gunas, which is not born out of Prakriti, that is Prakriti itself. That because of those gunas which are sattva, rajas, tamas, born out of Prakriti, karyate havasya. Person they do helpless, choiceless. What is the pressure? Like I often say, there is a pressure of gunas which pushes or propels the person to do certain things. Okay? And he explains the sannyasa without the lifestyle of sannyasa, without necessary preparedness of the mind. Where will it lead? And next line he clarifies the need of it. We will see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.